I'm Renee Sims. I'm an author and a coach, and I help women who have discovered their significant other's secret compulsive porn use. I also blog on that same topic at www.dynamicdeliberateDame.com. I want to talk a little bit about how discovering the secret compulsive porn use can really have a negative impact on your self-esteem. As a partner, you lose confidence in yourself. You lose confidence in yourself as a woman, in yourself as a wife or partner to the person that's using porn, thinking that if you would have been better in some way, they wouldn't have turned to porn in the first place. A lot of times, you can think that maybe if you were thinner, maybe if you were home more, maybe if you weren't so tired, that any of those things would have made a difference. And the reality is that it wouldn't have. None of this is your fault. And that's really hard to internalize, at least early on after discovery. But please hear me that this is not anything that you are to blame for. I do know, though, that that's very common and it really can have a negative impact on your self-esteem. You may also lose trust in yourself too. A lot of times partners kind of know that something's off in their relationship and they don't really explore that, or they kind of push it away and really ignore their intuition. And so when discovery happens, a lot of times it's easy to fall back on if you would have just trusted yourself and really looked into that negative feeling that you had, or that feeling that something was off. Again, partially in a way blaming yourself for this, which does impact your self-esteem as well. And then when you find out all of the details around his porn use, it really does kind of make you think that you weren't a priority. At least you weren't as high of a priority in his life as the porn was. Again, all of those things really do have a negative impact on your self-esteem. In order to rebuild that self-esteem, you need to have a positive relationship with yourself. You need to understand what your needs are and make them a priority, regardless of what's happening in the relationship, and really regardless of what's happening with him and his behaviors and actions. It's up to you to really reflect on what you need and make sure that your needs are being met. A way that you can do that is by setting boundaries. It's hard to talk about this topic without going into boundary setting, because all of the boundaries that you thought you didn't have to say out loud have been crossed. And so you really do need to put some boundaries in place that aren't a punishment for him for his behavior. It's really more around putting boundaries in place that can serve you and that can put some guardrails around what you need to have in your life and what you don't need to have in your life, and make sure that your needs are being met. Another way to rebuild your self-esteem is to really calm and quiet that inner critic, that voice that's telling you that you are to blame, that voice that's telling you maybe you're not good enough in some way. You really need to, again, dig deep and find your value as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, as a daughter, all of those things that really make you who you are and make you a very awesome person. And just again, knowing your value and knowing that you are strong and beautiful, and regardless of this particular situation that you're dealing with right now, it does not negatively reflect on you as a person. And then the other way that you can rebuild your self-esteem is by getting support. It's really important to look for maybe other partners who have gone through this, support groups that are out there specifically for women who are in relationships with compulsive porn users. I would encourage you maybe not to disclose all of this information to close family or friends. They really don't have the skills to offer the support that you need. And sometimes there can be some judgment or choosing of sides that can make matters worse. So I would really encourage you to find other partners who know what you're going through. And again, I am a coach. I am a partner myself. I've been through this. And so if you would be interested in talking with me, please feel free to go to my website. Again, that's www.dynamicdeliberategame.com. There is a place where you can schedule time to talk with me, and I would love to see how I might be able to help you. There are also a lot of other resources out on the internet, books, articles, that type of thing that could be of value to you just as you're trying to navigate this situation.